Welcome to our YouTube channel Mathematical Pathshala. In the last lecture I gave you the definition of Galois extension and I gave you one or two examples, and I asked you one homework, try to do to find this automorphism, or suppose I gave you this polynomial which is x power 3 minus 2. This is defined over the rational field. Then find the splitting field for this polynomial that you already know from the basic field theory, and then find the Galois extension over that splitting field. The extension will be Galois because this polynomial is defined over Qx and it has all the distinct roots. So over the splitting field, the extension is going to be Galois extension. So here you see this fx has three roots: 2 omega times 2 power 1 by 3, omega square 2 power 1 by 3. These three are distinct roots of this polynomial. The splitting field, you can choose this to be, say, 2 power 1 by 3 comma omega, because you can generate every element by using this 2 power 1 by 3 and omega element. Omega is a third primitive root of unity, where omega you can think of minus 1 plus iota root 3 by 2. So this is third primitive root of unity. So to construct this out of q 2 power 1 by 3 comma omega over rational, that means we need to find all the automorphisms of q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3 comma omega fixing rationals. We already know the images of rationals because rationals are self-imaged. We only need to know what are the images of this 2 power 1 by 3 and omega, because these are two generators. Let's observe what can be the order of this group. See, this is q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3. This is q adjoint omega. This is a 2 degree extension. This is 3 degree extension that we know from basic field theory. From here you can reach up to this, and from here you can reach this is a 3-dimension extension, or this is 2 degree extension. So this overall is a 6 degree extension, because these two are relatively prime, or you can go with this way. Degree of this over q will be degree of this over this times degree of this over q. So you will get 6. That means its automorphism group contains 6 elements, and there are precisely two groups of order 6. One is S3 and one is Z6. So what can you say about this automorphism group? Okay, let us find the images of 2 power 1 by 3 and omega element. Clearly we know that this 2 power 1 by 3 satisfy this polynomial. This omega does not satisfy this polynomial. So this 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, let me ask you one question. This is the splitting field. If I choose this, this is also a splitting field. This is also the splitting field, and both are same, because this is contained in this and this is contained in this. What is the nice thing in this structure? Because omega times 2 power 1 by 3 is a root of this polynomial. So if I see this structure, this 2 power 1 by 3 can go to any root of this, which is 2 power 1 by 3 omega times 2 power 1 by 3 omega square 2 power 1 by 3. And similarly I can send my omega 2 power 1 by 3 to 2 power 1 by 3 omega times 2 power 1 by 3 and omega square 2 power 1 by 3. So each generator has 3 choices in this structure. So there are total 9 automorphism, but are all they are going to be automorphism? No, because we know order of this group will be a 6. So all of those are not automorphism. So there will be precisely 6 automorphism. So rather working on this structure, we can work with this structure. So we will have a nice property in this structure. So we need image of omega. So you need to construct some polynomial which is a root of you need to construct some polynomial over q containing omega as a root. So you can create x to the power 3 minus 1, but I will always say you construct the smallest possible polynomial with respect to the degree. So you try to create minimal polynomial. So what will be the minimal polynomial of omega? Minimal polynomial of omega over rationals, it is nothing but cyclotomic polynomial phi 3, which is nothing but 1 plus x square. This has precisely two roots, omega and omega square. So this omega can go to either omega or omega square. So this has 3 choice, this has 2 choice. Both are independent. So there are precisely 6 automorphisms. So by using these choices, you have to create that group. Now let's create that group. One by one, we will observe everything. Let's create in a nice manner this identity element. Okay, I am removing this thing so that I can make you feel more comfortable on this board. So you keep everything in your mind. Identity map, this is defined as 2 power 1 by 3 goes to 2 power 1 by 3 and omega goes to omega. So this will be your identity map. If your generators are self-imaged, every element will be self-imaged. Second element, let me call say sigma 1. This I am defining as, suppose 2 power 1 by 3 goes to 2 power 1 by 3 and omega goes to omega square. This is your automorphism. That is very easy to observe. What can you say about sigma 1 square? Because sigma 1 is an element of group, then its square will be element. So sigma 1 square, which you can think in this manner. So this is sigma 1, this is sigma 1. Sigma 1 sends your 2 power 1 by 3 to 2 power 1 by 3. Again, if you operate sigma 1, it will go to 2 power 1 by 3. So that means sigma 1 square sends 2 power 1 by 3 to 2 power 1 by 3. Now here, your sigma 1 sends omega to omega square. If you operate again sigma 1, then sigma 1 omega square. You can think of sigma 1 as an automorphism. So sigma 1 omega square as sigma 1 omega times sigma 1 omega, because every automorphism will respect multiplicativity as well as additivity. So sigma 1 omega square will be sigma 1 omega whole square. So that will be omega to the power 4. But omega is a third primitive root of unity, so it will be omega. But that is not a new map. This is identity map. So you can say order of this element inside the automorphism group is 2. Let me define sigma 2. Say this 2 power 1 by 3 goes to omega times 2 power 1 by 3, and say omega goes to omega. So this will imply your sigma 2 square. Can I write directly? Okay, I will write this explicitly, no problem, I can write directly. See, under sigma 2 power 1 by 3 goes to omega times 2 power 1 by 3. Then again, once you operate sigma 1 here, then you will have sigma 1 omega times sigma 1 2 power 1 by 3. Then sigma 1 omega is omega, then sigma 1 2 power 1 by 3 is omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So it will go to omega square 2 power 1 by 3. Sigma 2 square. If you operate a sigma 2 square on omega, but sigma 2 is already fixing omega, so sigma 2 square has to fix omega. So omega will go to omega. Clearly this is not an identity element. If this is an element of group, it must be an element of group. Again, you operate sigma 2 cube. First you operate sigma 2 square. Sigma 2 square sends 2 power 1 by 3 to omega square 2 power 1 by 3. Again operate sigma 2. Sigma 2 sends 2 power 1 by 3 to omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So sigma 2 omega square will be omega square, and 2 power 1 by 3 will go to again omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So it will be omega power 3 2 power 1 by 3. So it will be like this. And Omega is already self-imaged under sigma, so it will be fixed under any integral power of sigma. So this is your sigma 3 square. How many distinct elements you have constructed? 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element. Let me write sigma 3. Okay. So sigma 3 is sending 2 power 1 by 3 to omega 2 power 1 by 3. This will imply, or suppose omega goes to omega square, because I am choosing every possibility of with 2 power 1 by 3 is going to something, then omega can go to omega or omega square. If you observe sigma 3 to the power square, that is, you are taking composition of sigma 3 2 times. This is sending 2 power 1 by 3 to omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So its square will send sigma 3 omega. If you operate sigma on this again, this sigma 3, then you will have sigma 3 omega into sigma 3 2 power 1 by 3. That will give you omega times 2 power 1 by 3, and sigma 3 omega will give you omega square. So it will be identity again. So 2 power 1 by 3 will go to 2 power 1 by 3, and omega will go to omega, which is identity, which is not a new element. Let's see sigma 4. Sigma 4, you say 2 power 1 by 3 say goes to omega square 2 power 1 by 3, and omega is going to omega. This will imply sigma 4 square. This will be defined as, if sigma 4 sending 2 power 1 by 3 to this, then sigma 4 square will send this element to this will be sigma square, so sigma 4 omega square into sigma 4 2 power 1 by 3. That will again give you sigma, this will be omega square, you will have omega power 4, but omega power 4 is omega. So 2 power 1 by 3 will go to omega times 2 power 1 by 3, and if omega is fixed, then it will be fixed under any integral power of sigma 4. If you find sigma cube, then you will have 2 power 1 by 3 will go to 2 power 1 by 3, that you can verify. Because sigma 4 square sending 2 power 1 by 3 to omega times 2 power 1 by 3. Again you operate sigma 4. So from this element you will have omega square 2 power 1 by 3, but omega will already there. So you will have omega power 3 2 power 1 by 3, but omega 3 is 1. So this is not a new element, this is identity. You can also write sigma 5, which is say 2 power 1 by 3 going to omega square 2 power 1 by 3, and say omega is going to omega square. This will imply sigma 5 to the power 2. If 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega square 2 power 1 by 3, then again you operate sigma 5, you will have sigma 5 of omega square into sigma 5 of 2 power 1 by 3. Sigma of 2 power 1 by 3 will be omega square 2 power 1 by 3, but omega square is already going to omega square, so this will go to omega power 4. So you will have omega power 6, that will be 1. So 2 power 1 by 3 goes to 2 power 1 by 3, and omega goes to omega, that you can verify, because omega 5 sends omega to omega square. So if you take again omega 5, sigma 5, you will have omega to the power 4, but omega power 4 is same as omega, because omega is third primitive root of unity. So these are precise elements. So if you see this automorphism group, or rather let me call Galois group of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3 comma omega, this is identity sigma 1 sigma 2. See, this sigma 2 square is same as this sigma 4 element. This is not a new element. So identity sigma 1 sigma 2 sigma 3 sigma 4 sigma 5, these 6 elements you are having. Order of sigma 1 is 2, order of sigma 3 is 2, order of sigma 5 is 2. So this is 2 order, this is 2 order, this is 2 order, this is 3 order element, this is 3 order element. Also you can verify easily this sigma 2 and sigma 4, these both are inverses of each other, that you can verify. That means I can also say this group is actually isomorphic to S3, because there is only 2 groups of orders 6. One is cyclic, one is non-abelian. This group is non-abelian, you can verify. And you can say there is no element of order 6, there is not cyclic. This is one order element. Okay, so you understand this part. And every time I have told you, when I ask you about the Galois group, I will always ask you, give me the fixed fields. See, this S3, you think in this manner. This can be generated by two elements, because S3 can be generated by two elements. One you take 2 order element and other you take 3 order element. So this can be generated by 2 order elements, say sigma 1 and say sigma 2. So this can be generated by these 2 elements. So let's keep these 2 elements here and let me remove other elements, because these can generate whole of the group. Okay, you keep this structure in your mind, because I do not have enough space in my board, but I want to show you something that actually needed for this further topics. We saw this thing, Q adjoint square root of 2 square root of 3 structure, and the Galois group of this over Q was isomorphic to K4, which you can think as a identity map. One sigma element, tau element, one sigma element, and one is say tau composite sigma. So first let me make you clear for this. Here you choose suppose sigma sending root 2 to minus root 2 and say it's tau, and say root 3 goes to root 3. Say sigma sending root 2 to plus root 2 and tau sending root 3 to minus root 3. Then tau sigma sending minus root 2 to minus root 2 and root 2 to minus root 2 and root 3 to minus root 3. Say tau sigma will send root 2 to minus root 2 and tau sigma will send root 3 to minus root 3. And if you know the images of this, you quickly know image of root 6. This will be the minus of square root 6. Here root 6 will go to minus of root 6. Here root 6 will go to plus of root 6. So you know this. Let me write subgroups in this manner. Suppose the subgroup is identity map, order 2 subgroups. That means I comma tau, I comma say sigma, I comma tau sigma. This representation is actually needed to make you more comfortable with this structure. And say identity sigma tau, tau sigma. So this is these subgroups are there. One is one order, three of three order, and one is group itself. If you write the fixed fields according to this, see, identity fixes every, so you will have Q root 2 root 3, because it will fix every element of your field. So this is the fixed field corresponding to this. From here you can go to here, you can go to here, you can go to here. From these three you can go to the whole group. So what is fixed field of I comma tau? See, this tau fixes root 3 element, so it will fix your rational adjoint root 3. So it will be Q adjoint root 3. This sigma fixes root 2 element, so this will be your Q root 2. It will be your Q root 6, because sigma tau is tau sigma is fixing root 6. I said sigma tau or sigma tau both are same because your group is abelian. And this is rational, because whole groups can fix only rational. So that we have seen in the previous lecture. Now what is a nice thing? See, this is normal, this is normal, this is normal, because if your group is abelian, every subgroup is normal subgroup. So every subgroup is normal here. See, this Q to Q root 3, this is a Galois extension. This is Galois extension. This is Galois extension. This is Galois extension. This is Galois extension, and this is Galois extension. Let me give you a better argument why these all are Galois extension. See, if you look for any extension of 2 order, that means you see the quadratic extension. You know that if you have a field F, then every quadratic extension is of this format: F is square root of D over F, where D is non-square element in F. Then correspondingly you have a polynomial x square minus D, and clearly this is a separable polynomial in F. Once your polynomial is separable, then this will be the splitting field for this separable polynomial. This field extension of F is thus, because this F adjoint root D, this contains root D. If it contains root D, then it will contain minus of root D. So this x square minus D splits completely in this. So this is the splitting field for this polynomial over F, and this is separable because it has 2 distinct roots, root D and minus root D. So every 2 degree extension or every quadratic extension is Galois extension. See, this is 2 degree extension, this is 2 degree extension, this is 2 degree. From here to here, this is 2 degree, this is 2 degree, this is 2 degree extension. So here you see every extension is Galois extension. So this is a nice property. Whenever you are having a subgroup which is normal, then you take the corresponding subfield, then that subfield to the original field, you will have Galois extension. But if you lose the normal property, if your subgroup is not normal, you cannot say that it is the subfield is going to be actually the original structure is going to be a Galois extension on that subfield. That is always not true. We will see soon. So you note down this thing. Now let's observe this, a simple example. Q adjoining 2 power 1 by 4 over Q. Whether this extension is Galois extension or not. Clearly this is not a Galois extension. Why it is not Galois extension? If you see automorphism of Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 4 over Q, this has okay, not 1. I'll ask you, I'll give you soon. What is the degree of this extension? 2 power 1 by 4. Degree of this extension is 4 because the minimal polynomial for 2 power 1 by 4 over Q, this is x power 4 minus 2, and this is irreducible by using Eisenstein criteria. This is irreducible by using Eisenstein criteria. You can have the factorization, say x square minus root 2, x square plus root 2. This will give you 2 rational roots, but this will give you complex roots. So if you are finding automorphism of a real field, you cannot send any element to complex element, you cannot send. So this 2 power 1 by 4 can go to root of this equation, but it cannot go to the complex root. So it can go to either 2 power 1 by 4 or 2 power minus 1 by minus of 2 power 1 by 4. So its automorphism cannot be exceed 2. That means there cannot be more than 2 automorphisms. So by definition of Galois extension, this extension is not Galois. Now let's observe its sub extension. See, you are having this Q, then in between you are having 2 power 1 by 2, and then you are having 2 power 1 by 4. See, this is a Galois extension. because this is 2 degree extension. This is again a Galois extension because this is 2 degree extension. Every quadratic extension is Galois, that we have seen, because you can always find some separable polynomial and the extension will be splitting field. So this is 2 degree extension, this is 2. So from here to here it is Galois, from here to here it is Galois, but from here to here this is not Galois. So this is not Galois extension. Explanation you have. So in general it does not satisfy the transitivity property. Now let me come to this particular example. Then I will give you one more special example. So here what are the subgroups you can say? In S3 one subgroup is of order say identity subgroup, then there is an subgroup of order 3, order 2, say identity. For 3 order subgroup it will be say, okay, let me write first 2 order. Okay, no problem, we can write whichever we like. Say this is identity sigma 1, identity sigma 3. This is 2 order subgroups. Identity say sigma 5, this, and this is identity sigma 2 sigma 4, and here is your S3. So you are having this diagram, and we need to find the fixed fields also. So first let us find fixed field by sigma 2 this subgroup. Fixed field fixed by this subgroup. So let H is identity sigma 2 sigma 4, and we need to find the fixed field of this extension which are fixed by this subgroup. What is sigma 2? And I will write sigma 4 because sigma 4 will be the inverse of this. So okay, this, one second, sigma 1 is 2 order, sigma 3, okay, no problem. So this is sigma 2 sigma 4. Okay, this identity will fix rationals. Let's observe what are those elements which are fixed by sigma 2. Let us see what is sigma 2. You choose any arbitrary element of this structure. How it will look like? It will, the basis is 1, 2 power 1 by 3, 2 power 2 by 3, omega times 2 power 1 by 3, omega times 2 power 2 by 3. So this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are 6 elements in basis. You can verify these all are linearly independent. You cannot generate one by other by a rational multiplication, because you will see over this field. So this is a basis. So you choose any arbitrary element, then see what are the elements which are fixed by sigma 2 as well as by sigma 4. So say sigma 2 a plus b 2 power 1 by 3. Okay, I write directly, not this, because I already have very less place. Suppose a plus b 2 power 1 by 3 plus c 2 power 2 by 3 plus d omega plus e omega 2 power 1 by 3 plus f omega 2 power 2 by 3. So you are seeing that this is a fixed elements. So if it is fixed, then under sigma 2 its image should be self image, because you are seeing the subfield. So you will send self image. So suppose this is self image element. So if you are operating sigma 2, you are getting same element. But what is the actual image according to sigma 2? The actual image according to sigma 2 is sending 2 power 1 by 3 to this and omega to omega. So it will be like say a, because it will fix rational, plus b omega times 2 power 1 by 3 plus your 2 power 2 by 3. How can you find the image of this 2 power 2 by 3? You can think as a 2 power 1 by 3 whole square. So you will have omega square 2 power 2 by 3. So C omega square 2 power 2 by 3. Then you need image of d omega. D is fixed and omega is already fixed. So this is d omega plus now you need image of E omega times 2 power 1 by 3, but image of this under sigma 2 you can find, because omega is going to omega and 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega. So it will be E omega square 2 power 1 by 3 plus F omega 2 power 2 by 3. See, a 2 power 2 by 3 can be thought as 2 power 1 by 3 whole square. So it will be omega square and omega is already there. So omega cube, that will be 1. So it will be F 2 power 1 by 3. So you will have this situation. So this is image found by this sigma 2, and you are saying you are seeking for those elements which are fixed by sigma 2. If it is fixed, then it will go to self image. So if you compare, because you are writing with respect to the basis, and with respect to basis every element has a unique representation. So you use the unique representation. So this will give you, if you compare the constant term, so this A will get cancelled out, no restriction on A. Now you compare the elements with 2 power 1 by 3. Here you are having 2 power 1 by 3, say B, and here you will have 2 power 1 by 3 this F element. So B will be same as F. Now you compare 2 power 2 by 3 elements. So here you are having C, and here you will have 2 power 2 by 3. Okay, I think no element of 2 power 1 by 3. This is A, B, omega 2 power 1 by 3. Okay. Omega square 2 power 2 by 3. Okay, d omega. Okay, I think here I have committed one mistake. E element, E omega 2 power 1 by 3. No, it is also fine. Okay, it is fine too. No, it is not fine. Wait for a while. Sigma F omega 2 power 2 by 3. So omega is already there. 2 power 2 by 3 will go to omega. Okay, this is also fine. So C will be 0 because C is not percent. Coefficient of 2 power 2 by 3 is not percent. This d omega and d omega will get cancelled out. So no restriction on d. What can you say about E? This is the coefficient of omega 2 power 1 by 3. So E will be same as omega time 2 power 1 by 3. So omega time 2 power 1 by 3. So this E will be equal to B. Now your F will be equal to omega times 2 power 2 by 3. But there is no term with this. So F will be 0. So F is 0. This will imply your B is 0. This will imply your E is 0. And C is already 0. So you are having A, B is 0, C is 0. So A and D you are having. That means this sigma 2 can fix this this A rational and this D term. It can fix only this one. So let me write here. I am removing this part. So sigma 2 fixes A and B, C, D and D, and rest will be 0. So you are looking for those elements which are fixed by sigma 2, rest will be 0, A and D will be self-imaged. So you can, I am writing here, the sigma 2 is fixing the one that is a rational, and D is a coefficient omega, so it will fix omega. So I am removing this part, removing this line. I will not remove this because I need to show for sigma 4. So let me remove this one also. So this sigma 2 fixes 1 and omega. That means every rational and coefficient of omega. Now if you are seeing those elements which are fixed by sigma 4, But let me write what is sigma 4 first here, then I will come to that, because I need sigma 4. Sigma 4 I wrote in this manner. This is actually an element of order 4. So sigma 2 is 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega 2 power 1 by 3, omega going to omega. Sigma 3 will be 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega times 2 power 1 by 3, and omega is going to sigma 4. So sigma 4 will be this 2 power 1 by 3 going to sigma square 2 power 1 by 3 and omega going to omega. This is my sigma 4. So under sigma 4, what can be the image of this element? See, let's see. Suppose the image is this will fix rational b times 2 power 1 by 3. 2 power 1 by 3 is going to this. So b times omega square 2 power 1 by 3 plus c times 2 power 2 by 3. 2 power 2 by 3 you can think as 2 power 1 by 3 whole square, but that will go to omega to the power 4, 2 power 2 by 3, but omega to the power 4 is omega. So it is omega c times omega 2 power 2 by 3 plus d omega. Omega is self image, so it will be d omega plus e omega 2 power 1 by 3. Omega is going to omega, 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega square. So it will be 2 power 1 by 3. So it will be e 2 power 1 by 3 plus f omega 2 power 2 by 3. So omega is going to omega 2 power 2 3. It will be omega to the power 4. Then you will have omega square. So it will be omega square 2 power 2 by 3. You will have like this. So let me verify once again this element. F omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So f will be fixed. Omega is going to omega. 2 power 2 by 3 will be 2 power 1 by 3 whole square. 2 power 1 by 3 is omega to the power 4. Omega to the power. Let me write here. This can be thought as sigma 4 omega, sigma 4 2 power 1 by 3 whole square. So it will be omega 2 power 1 by 3 is going to omega square. So its square will be omega to the power 4 into 2 power 2 by 3. So it will be omega square 2 power 2 by 3. So you will have this. Now if it is fixing this element, so compare these two. So a will get cancelled out, a will not be there. Compare 2 power 1 by 3 element. So b will be same as, see there is no term with 2 power 1 by 3, so your b will be 0. Okay, there is e. So b will be equal to e. Now compare this coefficient of 2 power 2 by 3. Coefficient of 2 power 2 by 3. This is with omega square. This is omega, this is omega. So no element with this, so it will be 0. Now your d omega, there is only one term, so d is fixed, no problem with d. Your e will be omega times 2 power 1 by 3. Omega times 1 by 3, no term, so e is 0. What is f? Omega times 2 power 2 by 3. So omega times 2 power 2 by 3, that is c. So b, f is equal to c, but c is 0 and e is 0, so your b will be 0, e will be 0. So you will be having only a and d will be there only. So sigma to the power 4 will also fix a and d. So this will fix only q and omega. So this is fixing omega and 1. This you can also think, see sigma 2 is fixing 1 and omega, so its inverse will fix same, because these are inverses of each other, because this is of order 3, this is of order 3. Now you understand this part. Let me write this one. So this identity, so I am having this identity fixes every element. So I will have this, and I will have this fixed field q adjoint omega, and this is a 3-degree extension. Now I need to verify this I sigma 1, but I sigma 1 I can do directly. If you change your subgroup, say H1 is, say H2, this is 1 comma sigma 1, or let me say H sigma 1. This 1 will fix every number. So let's see what are the elements which are fixed by sigma 1. A plus B 2 power 1 by 3 plus C 2 power 2 by 3 plus D omega plus E omega 2 power 1 by 3 plus F omega times 2 power 2 by 3. So its image under sigma 1 can be, it will be like, say A 2 power 1 by 3 is going to same, so B 2 power 1 by 3 plus 2 power 2 by 3, it will go to same element, so 2 power 2 by 3 plus D omega, it is sending to D omega square. Plus E omega 2 power 1 by 3, omega is going to omega square, so it will be omega square E power 1 by 3 or 2 power 1 by 3 plus F omega 2 power 2 by 3. This will be fixed, so it will be plus F omega square 2 power 2 by 3. But now you can compare, this A will get cancelled out, this okay, here you should be very careful. See, there is no term with omega, but you are having a term with omega square. You know that omega is a third primitive root of unity, so it satisfies 1 plus omega square barabar 0. So omega square you can write 1 minus omega square is same as minus 1 minus omega. So whenever you are seeing this omega square, you can write as minus d omega. Here is minus omega square, so you remove this and write minus E 2 power 2 by 3, sorry 1 by 3 minus E omega 2 power 1 by 3. Similarly here you write this minus F 2 power 2 by 3 minus F omega 2 power 2 by 3. So that you have to write. Now you compare. Now if you compare, your A will be equal to A, okay, not A, let's compare the constant term. So here you have only A, here you have A minus D, okay, only minus D is there. So your D will be 0. You compare term with 2 power 1 by 3, so B is equal to 2 power 1 by 3, you are having B and 2 power 1 by 3, so B minus E, so this will imply E barabar 0. See, I will do only this part, rest 2 cases I will leave it to you. This E is 0. Now you compare the term with 2 power 2 by 3, so your C will be, this is C 2 power 2 by 3, so this is minus F. This will imply your F is 0. Now you compare with omega, so D is equal to minus D and this is the only term with minus D, so this will imply D is 0. Now you compare E, coefficient of omega times 2 power 1 by 3. So omega times 2 power 1 by 3, it is minus E. And this is minus okay. So this will imply your E is 0, that is already 0. And from next you will have F is equal to omega times 2 power 2 by 3. So this omega times 2 power 2 by 3, it will give you minus F. So this will imply F is 0. So your D0, E0, F0, D0, E0. That means your A may be non-zero, your B may be non-zero, your C may be non-zero. So it is fixing 2 power 1 by 3, 2 power 2 by 3. So subgroup subfield by this will be Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3. So let me write this. If so, it will be like this: Q adjoint 2 power 1 by 3 So you have to guess these three subfields and this will be rational. So you will have like this. See this Q to Q omega, this is 2 degree extension. So it will be Galois extension. From Q to 2 power 1 by 3, this is not Galois. That you can feel why it is not Galois, because the this subgroup is not normal. So whenever your subgroup is not normal, then it will not be Galois over the base field. It is Galois or it is normal because this is 3 degree, this subgroup. This is normal, so its extension is Galois. Basically, this is the fundamental theorem of Galois extension that I am giving you through this example. So that is why this example is very important. If you see this field, then you have to look at this sigma 3 element. Sigma 3, this I am leaving it to you, these two structures. Verify by on your own. What are the subfields? They will fix. So these two places are left for you. I have verified two. So this is a very special example. I was thinking I will do some more things, but I do not have enough time. Let me give you one homework again, and we will be discussing in the next lecture. That is again a very beautiful example, you can say. What can you say about this? Out of R over Q, how many automorphisms are there from real number to real number which are fixing rational? Basically, this group is isomorphic to a trivial group. So try to prove every automorphism from R to R which fixes rational is only the identity map. No other map can exist. So use some basic idea, and I will give you one hint to you. If you are able to prove that any automorphism from R to R, which fixes rational must be a continuous map. If you prove this, then you are done, because rationals are dense in R. So this we will discuss in the next lecture, and we will see some more important concept related to Galois theory. But the work I have left for you, ये जरूर ट्राई कर लेना. अगर आप ये ट्राई नहीं करोगे तो आप खुद में स्ट्रॉन्ग फील नहीं कर पाओगे. थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग दिस लेक्चर.